Hello and welcome to a new video on my channel. This video will be about one single thing you can use to 10x the value of your business. That will not only help you to close more deals, but to also increase the total company valuation. So let me guide you through the process. That process is very easy, but consider it takes a lot of time and effort because you will not change that one thing in one day. It takes weeks after weeks after weeks to really get it perfect. Today, I'm talking about perceived value. What do I mean by perceived value? That's the value your customers receive from you. So that starts right away with the total brand. If a customer Googles your company name and then finds nothing, how do you think the trust is for that? So make sure, number one, make sure to have a good visibility. Number two, perceived value is not only part in the beginning of the sales funnel, it's part of every single step in the sales funnel. So the second point is make sure that from the first point of contact till the contract signed, it's a perfect experience. So imagine Apple. Apple has a perfect experience. You go to the Apple store, you go to the nicely designed website, and you buy it. Then you get a confirmation and you can track every single step where your new iPhone is. And then it comes to your home, it gets delivered. And you cannot wait it because the package is there. It already looks awesome. So you are looking forward to that package. And the weird thing is people are reselling just the packaging of an iPhone. So that's one part of the perceived value because it's nice to have. So then you open it and then that little lid has some troubles getting off, but that's on purpose because you should be more excited to use your new iPhone. And then you open it and then a nicely clear vision on the phone is there for you. Then you take it out and you start it and then you can right away basically start using it. And if you have an iPhone before or if you had any other phone before, you can simply connect it by laying it next to each other and then transfer all the data. So you can use your phone basically within 5 minutes after opening. That's perceived value. That's a very, very high value you receive from the beginning till the end, till the purchase and beyond. And I'm going to teach you how you can do that for your software, for your agency, for your physical product. But we will focus on services and software because that is a little harder than if you have a physical product. So let's jump inside point 3, how you can actually do that. So we started with the first online presence. So when someone Googles your business, they can find it. And then if you reach out to them, for example, via cold email, it's the next step. So how you can increase the value of that cold email because everyone is getting so much spam. What's your value? What value can you get them? And my recommendation to our customers is always to focus on the market. So to get a really deep understanding of that niche you're in. Because if you don't understand your target market, you will just send out some generic stuff which no one will read and no one will reply. And what do we want? We want replies. How do we get replies? With high value. So put in information about a common struggle you know about the industry. Put in a photo, a video, a voice message, whatever, a GIF. Customize it. So make it fun to read, make it fun to watch, and then you're more likely to get an answer. And then we go to the next step of the funnel. So we nailed the online presence in step 1. We nailed the outreach in step 2 and 3. And then now in step 4, we want them to be on a call with us. So they reply to our cold email. Then they want to book a call. How do we do that? Not by sending a link or something. We ask them as a human being what time works for you, what day works for you. Or we suggest, that works most of the time the best way, so that it's a very fluent cycle from first contact till meeting booked. And then in step 5, when you're in that meeting, you want a clear sales script to move along your questions and to give the prospect the idea that you know what you're talking about, because businesses got burned by other companies offering the exact same thing than you, but not so good as you. So you really need to build that trust. And how can you do that? I cannot repeat it often enough. It's by creating value, by increasing the perceived value. So look for things how you can do that. So in the sales script, ask the right questions, let the prospect speak, and only when they ask in the end of the call, pitch them your solution. Because you don't want to pitch them something in the beginning. You want to identify their problems. You want to identify how they are, how they're doing, what they're doing, and what they've already tried to solve that common problem in that industry you're tackling. So you want to understand them first and then go to the pitch. So then after that pitch, most likely when the prospect is interested, your goal should be to book a meeting end of that week, next week, whatever, in a short period of time to present them your offer, what you have to offer. So you right away are on that call with that prospect. And on that call, I want you to reschedule to a new meeting time at the end of the first discovery call to discuss the offer, to discuss everything, what you're offering, then talk also about the price. So then you do that. For example, you tell the prospect, okay, Tom, how does this Friday, same time work for you? Boom. Okay. Yeah, that works. Then right away, schedule the meeting with them. So they get the notifications and everything around that for the next meeting on Friday at the same time. Then after the meeting, the next thing I want you to do is to send them a kind message to sum up in 1 or 2 bullet points what the meeting was about, their main struggles, and how they're currently acting on that. So what you want to do here is you want them to feel and to see that you care about them, that you really listened to them. So then in that email as well, you can pack in a presentation, a case study, whatever. Make it as good as possible in that way that you find testimonials and you find case studies to show them what you're capable of doing, what you already did for others. People love case studies. They will make it even easier to close them in the next call. And again here, when you add something of value, you can basically say plus 1%. And you start at 0. And the more things you add which are of benefit for the customer, you can add plus 1%, plus 1%, plus 1%. And then in the next meeting, they're already hyped. You showed them a case study. You showed them the potential. You made them say what they want, what they need, and why are they still at the current point they're at. And they will have the strong need of your service or your product to really get from A to B. And at that point, you should already be at around 40 to 50% of that perceived value image. And then on that last call, what you want is you want to tell them about the price, about everything before you share your screen with a long bill or something like that. People get confused, people get anxious when they see high numbers. So prepare them that it's not going to be cheap, that it's not going to be the cheapest offer in the market. But as they saw in the case studies, in the presentation, in everything, they get X and Y, and the common outcome of that is X and Y. So that depends on your business, of course. And then you guide them through the process, why things cost, for example, like 1,000, 2,000 euros. Then you go through that, and then you're in that objection handling phase. And with all the knowledge about your business and all the preparation you took with that increased perceived value, you should be able to really get to a closing rate of round about 15 to 20% when you really take care of everything. And then perceived image, perceived value doesn't stop there. Then it's important to define the next steps already on that call where you close them. So tell them what can they expect, when can they expect it, and how can they expect it. So for example, when offering a service to get them more qualified prospects in their pipeline, tell them when the onboarding starts, how long the onboarding session takes, and lastly, when they can expect the first results. And then boom, send them the Stripe link, send them the invoice, whatever. Do it on the call when they're on it, because then when they have an open question, you can easily handle that objection and answer the question. So if you follow those steps, if you always have in mind the 1% per little action in perceived value, then you will get to a point where it's inevitable that you close customers. The more you increase the perceived value of the customer, the more likely you will close them. So take a baby step after baby step. And if it doesn't work for the first customer, continue improving. And then it's just a matter of time when you close a boatload of new high-ticket, happy-paying customers. And even then, if you're still struggling to get more high-ticket, happy-paying customers, there's a link down below. Make sure to click it. And also full transparency here. It's going to a funnel page. So the goal of that funnel page is that you book a meeting with me or one of our teammates. And no worries if you don't click it. I just want to say, in case you're still struggling with getting more clients, then click down below. No worries if not. And other than that, I wish you a wonderful day. Stay awesome and see you in the next video. Bye bye.